This is Your Other Brothers Podcast.
So Ryan, Aaron, congratulations. Along with the rest of humanity, we reached the end of the pandemic, you guys. Did you hear
Well,
that?
some of us have.
Okay, so I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I need to bring it up because like here in America, as this conversation's recording, the CDC made this huge announcement that if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear masks anymore. And like all around the country, businesses are like stripping their mask mandate. And so it's been very strange. And I wanted to get y'all's feedback on this because this has been such a part of our lives now. Like I just have a mask in my car at all times. I have one at my door to grab on the way out sometimes. And it's been such a commonplace thing in my life as it is for so many people listening. And it's bizarre to me now because I was actually just out today in some various establishments and people are not wearing masks. And where I live in happy, progressive little Asheville, I have never encountered any issues. Everyone is so cooperative. Everyone wears their masks. I haven't seen any Karens in any of the stores going crazy about having to wear a mask because they have a medical condition that they don't actually have or whatever the reasons may be. But all of a sudden, you guys, I'm going to places where people are not wearing masks and it's very jarring. And I'm still wearing mine, even though I am fully vaxxed. And I don't know, like it's become a comfort item to me now. Like I kind of like hiding half of my face. I'm worried about the psychological damage now that this has done to me because it just feels comfortable and normal now to wear a mask when I go inside places where germs of any kind are just sprinkled about everywhere. So I wanted to get y'all's thoughts on this. How are you dealing in a post-mask America?
Well, apparently Asheville is cutting edge on this because Raleigh, I have not, none of the businesses I frequent has relaxed their mask restrictions yet. So I'm still wearing a mask to the grocery store and Costco
Okay.
and anywhere else. Although, okay, I did go to this very divey sports bar in the middle of nowhere the other night, and there were people there in like construction uniforms and stuff like that, and there were no masks at all, but it wasn't really clear that it was like recently lifted or if this place just never ever like had masks. But it
Yeah,
was a
that's
little
debatable.
yeah, it felt a little weird to just like look around and no one's wearing masks, to like walk up to the bartender and like speak like 2 feet away from her face and just let
I know.
my breath gusts hit
Yeah,
her right in the
gusts
nose.
of breath. I feel like I can almost imaginary see people's particles now. Like when I see people talk, I'm like, no, there's particles coming out. But it is jarring. Yeah. How are things in the folksy tundra? I feel like in Minnesota, the masks were probably utilitarian for most of the winter because it's like an extra layer of warmth for your face, right?
It was kind of handy. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. Normally people just wear ski masks. So if they need
Mm.
to, if it's that cold out. So it wasn't necessarily unusual to see somebody inside a grocery store or a bank or something with their face covered or a ski mask on. But having the mask built in has been kind of handy. The only downside is I got glasses right before the pandemic started. And so I joined the club very quickly of people who were constantly fogging up their glasses, and that
Mm.
was kind of a hassle. But we did get rid of our mask mandate. Functionally, nothing has really changed because most stores still have the requirements. Um, so, I saw somebody posting on Facebook and they're like, hey, there's no more mask mandate. But I went to Target and I had to wear a mask in the grocery store and had to wear a mask in some other place and had to wear a mask. So I think businesses are still catching up, but it depends where you go to. I think as you get further outside the city, people are a little more eager to have their mask off and establishments are going to be more relaxed. I will say people need to get used to smiling again and having their smile be seen.
Ugh,
We
it's the
I was
worst.
right. I was going through a drive-through with my brother and the person there was not wearing a mask, which this was like the first time I saw somebody working somewhere not wearing a mask. And she was smiling like way too big. And it was her eyes were not smiling at all. It was all on her mouth and it just kind of looked a little creepy and strange. So I think people are out of practice and maybe
Yeah. Well, it's especially funny because our president said something to the effect of like, now Americans can do what we're best at, or something strange, like smiling. That's what we're best at. And because in my head, this is another issue. Like, I love talking to myself. I don't know if we have any other self-talkers out there, but I have constantly been going through a grocery store with all the ambient noise around. So it's not like I'm like talking like I am now, but like walking through the aisles and I'm like whispering to myself, okay, what do I need? I need cereal and granola. And I like feel no pressure. Like I let it out. Like it helps me. I'm a verbal processor. I need to say things out loud to like know what I'm doing. It gets in my head. Like my head is a labyrinth, you guys. There's all kinds of caverns and places things go. So talking things out is helpful for me legitimately, but I feel now incredibly more self-conscious going to the grocery store. Like Trader Joe's, one of my favorite places to go shop. They opened up their mask mandate, but I honestly think when I go get food later this week, I think I'm going to keep the mask on. I don't think I'm going to let go of it. At least not right now. Like I'm easing into this. This is like this weird middle period where like the pandemic is still going, but things are getting better. And I don't know. It's just what a time to be alive, you guys. There'll never be another time like this.
So I'll tell you what the mask has been masking on my face, besides my breath gusts. So sometimes I'll just walk around with my tongue just sort of like halfway out, like sort of like
a dog,
like just sort of blept a little bit out like a cat. And this especially happens when I'm like really when I just feel kind of gross because I like ate a lot or just didn't sleep well or something like that, or haven't been exercising a lot.
It's like opening the exhaust port or something, like having some
a little
ventilation or something.
Or sometimes if I'm just like stressed out, I don't know, like it serves a variety of purposes, I suspect. But I can't just walk around like that without a mask on anymore. That's going to be hard to get used to.
Yeah, the weird, creepy smiles, self-talkers, sticking out your tongue, unshaven, just like weird facial hair happening. I feel like there's a lot of surprises to come, you guys. So stay tuned for your local grocery stores and banks and Targets and wherever else people go. This will be fun to see what we all look like again, you guys. What a banner time to be alive.
The good news is I think the bar is pretty low now. We've managed to set a pretty low bar after months or years of sitting at home in our pajamas.
I mean, who remembers what it was like previously? I don't.
Right. It's gotten so bad that I will watch TV shows and I'm seeing the characters like close together. I'm like, they are not distancing. Where are their masks? And these are fictional worlds of like in a pre-pandemic. They're not even real. It's just like it's kind of messed with me. Like,
or you see two characters shake hands and you're like,
heavens, yeah. What are you doing?